Welcome to a live episode of Healing Trauma Bonds podcast with Ty, narcissist abuse survivor, soul cleanser, derailing trauma bonds. I wanted to talk about healing and what it actually looks like. I don't want to get it confused with it just being a word. So what healing actually means: to be whole, to have a healthy relationship with yourself where you accept all of you, your flaws, your beauty, your talent, whatever it is about yourself, you respect it and you want nothing but the best within yourself. So if you're not healed or healthy, then you cannot love anyone else. And when you are with a narcissist, they change you completely to where you lose this wholeness. Now imagine that, being with somebody who makes you lose your wholeness and having a healed relationship with yourself. That is very destructive and disruptive to you, to your being, your purpose. Listen, guys, this is deep. It can never, ever work with the narcissist. When you are healing, and I say this, and I'm going to start with this being my first point, is that it has to be no contact involved. Because something so destructive cannot be in your life as you try to heal. You are working against the grain. And I've done this before where I was healing, but I still had dealings with this person because I didn't want to be a bad mother. I just didn't want that guilt. I'm like, we have kids. That's the ultimate weak spot every time. So yeah, they don't mind having children. That keeps you trapped. Just think of all of this disruption times how many children you have. It makes it impossible, right? So let's talk about healing and the layers that come with it. So it's an onion. To get to wholeness, as I say, we are not one-dimensional people. We have inner and outer, the human body, the soul, the spirit, the mind, and the heart, and the feet. Wholeness within ourselves, finances, in our relationships, our health and fitness, kids, our family, our source. Our source is number one, by the way. We know that. Education, because we have to grow, we have to learn, we have to educate ourselves about these different areas. So with all of this, any type of dysfunction in any of those areas, you have to target and see what's going on. And if you can't get to the bottom of it, doesn't make sense. If things are not aligning when you address them by yourself, then it's time to seek professional help. There's nothing wrong with seeking some additional help or trying a different avenue. You have to keep going at this thing until it works, right? Like there's no other option. There's no giving up. If it's just like people and bad habits, drinking, you see that it causes certain emotion, then I wouldn't have that drink anymore. So you have to move in alignment. And then when you're healing and making things whole, there are highs and lows, valleys and peaks. Understand and have that self-compassion. Each part of it needs nourishing. And once you nourish those areas, things will start to flow. Decisions will become easier. You reframe your mindset. You're able to handle triggers a lot better. So let's go through this. Dealing with a narcissist is that initial stage where nothing makes sense. And it's like you thought you knew this person and you're realizing like, I don't know this person at all. How could he? How could he? And your mind, your emotions want to tell you. I like to call it, abuse you still, because like, the truth, but you're talking yourself out of knowing this truth the same way that the narcissist would do, because the narcissist is not going to admit anything. They're never going to take accountability. So you have to rely on yourself. When somebody breaks that part of you down, your trust in yourself, you struggle initially because you are talking yourself out of the reality, because the fantasy feels better. It feels better than those hard truths, those uncomfortable feelings of truth. Withdrawal period, you fight through it, and it's like, wow, what the hell was I thinking? So then you begin to accept it. I hope the sound is better. I realize that this is podcast episode number 1. Do need the sound to be right. Excuse me. Sorry, y'all. So we're back with a disclaimer. So let me explain my space. The Inner Glow Wellness Derailing Trauma Bonds with Ty. I cater to women because I am a woman and I am speaking from a woman's point of view. However, I do know that there are women narcissists. I have sons, guys, so I'm not against my fellas. It would be shame on me if I didn't warn them about a woman narcissist. I can only imagine. Very brutal, because a woman has so many other attributes and creativity. My content is directed to women. I am just speaking about the male narcissist because that is my experience. You're free to listen to the content, right? But just know that when I speak about men and all of that, I'm speaking from my experience as a woman, okay? All right. So, initially, right, in the healing process, it's just that first rock bottom moment where you find out that your whole life has been a lie. And it's like worse depending on how long the relationship has been. Those of you who have been in a long-term relationship and who never actually got married, good for you. I think you should be grateful about that, because a marriage with a narcissist, they like to get real nasty and drag it out, and you have a contract towards a very wicked soul. You probably know better than anybody else. With the understanding of that, that is our stepping stone towards this journey. Your response to it is not wrong. You deserve to feel the way you want to feel about what has happened to you. Like, I've been in compliant all this time and you've been doing me like this. When you find out that, hey, this person could be a narcissist. But check out my quiz. I have a quiz in the link in my bio too, just in case. Because you just need that assurance. Even though you are valid, you know what it is. If it's off, it's off. I'm going to share my formula with you guys on how to heal. It's called ACAR. Abbreviations for accept, commit, align, and rebuild. In order to reach ACAR, we're going to have self-compassion, understand there's peaks and valleys. And with that, there has to be an understanding of what you experienced. Understand the dynamics of the trauma bond. Not everything will make absolute sense. Go with the flow on what does make sense. So then you're ready for ACAR, and that is to accept what I've been living has been a lie. Things were done on purpose to hurt me, to destroy me. So a person who doesn't want you healed, how could that work? Ever. Especially if you want that wholeness. Who doesn't? Somebody who is broken beyond repair, who refuses to surrender to God and all the beauty and love that He provides. They consider themselves as victims, and they feel that they are destroyed beyond repair. It's not that we're saying it. They feel this way. So they reject God already. Misery loves company. They need people with them. They need comrades. They need puppets. Once you have that acceptance of it, then you move to the C in ACAR. Commit. We commit to this process. When you tell me that I can be whole again, I can have peace in my life, I want y'all to comment below where you are. If you are ready to commit, I want you to type C, commit. If you are in the acceptance stage, I want you to type acceptance. And then we're going to go down the list. Just comment down below where you are in these stages. Once you know there's hope, then you can commit to it. In order to commit to it, you have to get aligned. So we're going to make this commitment to ourselves, to our source, and then we're going to align with it. That means removing things that don't align with this. You are going to be in your no contact era. You have to become the best no contact person you have ever known to be. Anything that's toxic and draining, absolutely not. I will not do it. And when you in that no contact era, that's when they come playing games, baby, because they see that you're trying to make a change. And when they see you trying to make a change, that means they can no longer manipulate you. That means they no longer have control. You know, the thing of the narcissist is they love to have control. Mom used to be like, you don't own me. Yeah, but you act like you own me, though. Make that make sense. That's the reverse psychological games they be playing. Don't nobody got time for that. I can appreciate you not being in my life. And that's where I want to get you. If you're not there, this episode is for you. And then the R in ACAR, that's rebuild. It's time to rebuild. It's time to replenish. Once you are acing this thing called alignment, and that means focus on things that you want, not on things that you don't want at all. Like, baby, you was yesterday's news, honey. Baby, you attacking yourself. I'm long gone. This is how you know you are elevating to a new space in your healing journey, in your new crevice of the onion. When you don't feel like you're missing out on that drama, on them lies, being hurtful. These tactics that they all use are designed to beat you down so bad that you don't think that you are somebody. If you are in that space, you just feel so broken. Nobody gets it. You look in the mirror and you can't see who you are. I've created a free workbook. It's called The First Step Home Self-Esteem Restoration ebook. You'll need a separate notebook so that you can do these exercises. It's very hands-on. It's free. Going to help you through this healing journey. So this episode was geared towards healing journey, and I want you to take down the formula, ACAR. Comment below your thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking. I want you to write down the formula. A for accept, C for commit, A for alignment, R for rebuild. That is the formula to healing from narcissist abuse. Stay in alignment with the content. It's going to help you heal. Check out the links in my bio. You'll see different healing resources there. This is a healing space, y'all. Yeah, baby, we doing it. And before I get out of here, if you really want to heal and break the trauma bond, you have come to the right place. Healing once and for all. Glow up, gang. Let's go. I'm so proud of you. Until next time, love and happy healing.